I need to do some Varroa samples and washes to see where these treatments have led me. I'm sure hoping the mite levels are down. Now, there's always a margin for discrepancy because, you know, when you have a different person doing the washes, things can be different. And then when you have different fluid too, a lot of people using Dawn dish soap, and I'll probably do that too, but in my camper I have a jug of methyl hydrate that I've been using over the years. So I'm using methyl hydrate. It's not even isopropyl alcohol, so I don't know how that measures up, you know, how that compares. So this is a problem. We've got 3 different people sampling these over the last 2 months, and I'm trying to make sense of the results. So these are doubles. I'm going to have to lift the second off with my hive lifter, set it aside, and I don't know where, you know, if there's any brood nest at all. I don't know if it's in the top or the bottom or wherever, but I'm going to have to look and find out. And I've got a Pro Nuke here and a half cup measure to measure out the bees, just kind of as is the protocol. So let's get at this. I really hate this. I know I'm stalling. I really hate this. I hate sampling. I try to get other people to do my sampling for me because I really hate it that much. But I couldn't talk anybody into it this time. So we gotta get the data. We gotta know what's going on. Okay, and I've got my hives marked here with a number that I've been using for a long time, and I've got the numbers marked down here on this page. I don't know if I'll do that many samples, but I've got, I don't know, what do I got, 6, 7, 8, 9, just ready. If I do that many, I can look at the results. Now let's have a quick look right under the top lid. It's been a long time since I've managed doubles. It's been a long time. So this is not a huge cluster up here, just about that big right here. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder what's in the bottom of this. Last time I managed doubles, I didn't have this hive lifter, so now I have the advantage of a machine to literally do the heavy lifting for me. Yeah, this stupid lifter. It's just the lifting arms are poorly designed, and it doesn't lock into the handles sometimes, a lot of the time. I want to show you what I'm complaining about with the lifter. And don't get me wrong, I like this machine. It's, you know, it's robust and everything. These arms are not robust, and that's the biggest design flaw I think of this machine is these arms. These arms are very flimsy. They can bend in this direction. You know, I can take that arm and easily give it a tweak inward. So this should be designed differently. This should be an L iron, or, you know, a tube of some kind, something that's just a 1/4 inch piece of stainless, I think. I mean, it's stainless. He used good material, but it's not strong enough. Now, he's got these guides here, and I get that. this guide runs right against the side of the box, and it gives you just enough purchase to have that handhold drop in. Now, another design flaw is this handle, when it goes down to its lowest point, it's flat or worse, right? So my opinion, and this is my opinion, is this should bottom out when it drops into that handle. It should bottom out more in this position, right? So that it doesn't have the, coupled with the fact that that's flat and this arm is flimsy, that can easily cam out. The box will push against this because it's flat. If it were like this, it wouldn't tend to push on this arm quite the same way, but that still needs to be made stronger. So anyway, that's what I find is the difficulty with this thing. And I see he's changed the arms on the newer ones, but I don't know if those things have been addressed at all. But anyway, back to killing bees. So this box is nicely full. That's good to see. The bottom tablet has been in there longer than the top one. So it's no surprise that there's not much left of it as compared to the top. It's 22 degrees here today, a little breezy as you can see, and it's what is it, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The overnight lows are getting quite cold, so if I want to work in a 22 degree day, I can't do that before about noon or so. Okay, let's have a good look at this brood chamber, see what's going on. Now this particular hive, I do have a subset of hives that are not treatment. They have not been treated with formic. So we're going to see. Okay, so even on the story frame out here, got a good little sampling of sealed brood. Gonna shake that into my Pro Nuke here. I have to keep it out of the wind so it doesn't blow over. Shake that in there. The old bees will fly away and the younger bees will be left behind, which is the ones you want to get your sample from. I'd love to see the queen, so I know I'm not going to sample her, but I'm not confident that I can actually find her. So a little bit of sealed brood here, but that's definitely waning over time. There's some laying going on. There's 3 or 4 day old larvae in some of those cells, but they're definitely slowing down. So I'll take that one. I'm going to keep moving out here, see how far this nest goes out. So now those frames are not full of feed, so I would expect them to be. I've had syrup on these for a while, and they've really only taken 1 pail. That pail I just pulled off of there has a lot of syrup in it, so I need to keep feeding these at least until they take the 2 pails worth. So again, just a remnant of a nest here. I did see one bee with deformed wings, so they're not doing that good. But again, they haven't been treated. This is just a control set that I have. There's 10 colonies that I have not treated. Trying to work out some theories in my head, and I've got to do some experimentation and some comparisons. So we've still got a reasonably good little nest going on as I move further in. She's still laying. They're really buzzing in there. They're almost buzzing like they have no queen. This is the top tablet. It's they're eating it, but I'm gonna put that on the bottom because that's where the brood nest is, and presumably the most beneficial place for that. All right, so that's interesting to see that nest appearing that way on the 9th of October. So presumably now we have a box of young bees. They're not flying. You know, there's not a lot of flyers when I do that. I really need to make sure my queen's not in here. If in fact there is a queen in this hive. Just tip it up and dump the bees into the cup, and dump the cup into the tester. Thank you for your service. It's easy check. It seems to leak. You can tighten it real tight. It still seems to leak. Well, there is a plethora of mites in there. Yeah, there's a lot of mites in there. Okay, how many? Lots. I don't know if I can begin to count them. I can't really count them all. I'm pretty sure there's upwards of 50 mites in that. That's not what I wanted to see. So half a cup is presumably 300 bees. So you take a third of that. This is 45, a third is 15%. So it's more than 15%. That's pretty awful. That's pretty awful. Okay, when I get this second back on there. There's still open brood in here. As I get closer to the center, there's more and more open brood. And a little bit of sealed brood too. So I put these Appy tablets on when I harvested honey. I put one on the bottom box right away, but I didn't put one on the top. right away. So the bottom one, I think that's the remnant of it. So it's pretty much, well, it is gone, really. There's enough there that I can tell that it was there. I did put a second, as label states, 1 tablet per bird chamber. I put a second one on up top a little while later. I just had to go back to the store. So that one is all but untouched. I'm going to move that down as I did with the with that hive. So I'm gonna, I guess I gotta wash these bees now. Boy, I hate this. I really, really hate this. Well, I gotta make sure we don't have a queen. In you go. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your contribution to the health of this colony. That's surprisingly hard to do. Shake this and smoke the hive. It's like rubbing your belly and patting your head. Oh, the mite's there already. You get it tight enough for the flappers to hold in the handle, and then this guide thing digs into the damn box. It's just a big pain in the ass. Yellow jackets. Squashing yellow jackets. Of course, I'm in a grumpy mood because I'm killing my bees. I don't like to kill bees, but I guess it's either I kill the bees or the mites too, right? Oh man. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 28. It's 28 I can see. So that was about half as much as the one before. Okay, this one, this is the one that shook 0.29. Now that was in June though, but they were still very low later on when I had them sampled. This tail is mostly done. And they have had formic treatments. This lifter's driving me bonkers. These arms just bend and then they get all out of whack. I don't know what to do with it. It's obviously not working. You see how easy they are to bend? They're very easy to bend. Now that guide thing is so tight that it's grabbing the box before the handles. And these adjustments are kind of crappy too. They're so hard to turn, so hard to grip. They're so small, little plastic handles. And if you don't get them super tight, then the arms splay out all by themselves. They slip. Okay, again, the tablet is gone. I can see it was right here. And so I'm going to take the tablet that was on the top, which is, you know, not been hardly touched at all, and I'll put it on here when I'm done. But I also took off the spent formic pads. I don't think it's 100% necessary to take those pads off, but I'm here, so I'll take them off. And that frame is full of nectar. This is one of the 3 remaining colonies from last year, and it had a very low mite count this spring, and so I'm hopefully theorizing that it has some kind of defense to kill those mites. Checking for deformed wing the whole time, checking for the queen. Not seeing any deformed wing here. I see a mite on that bee, so that's not good. Actually, she's very young. Does she have? And she's gone. No, her wings are normal. A little bit of sealed brood here. Just a tiny bit. Some open brood here. Oh, there's quite a bit of sealed brood on this one. And a bee with deformed wing virus there. A bee with deformed wings, they certainly can have deformed wing virus without showing symptoms. Makes me sad to see that kind of thing in my hives. I think I'm not a very good beekeeper when I see that. I'm not seeing the queens, so I really hope I'm not sampling my queens. Oh, he stung me right in the forearm. Okay. There's a queen in here. You better show yourself. Thank you for your service. So again, this hive has had 3 rounds of formic plus Appy tablets. And Appy tablet's not a mite treatment. There's no, there's no research showing that it has a treatment potential for mites. It's just a nutritional thing, and it's one of those things that's supposed to make your bees strong and fight off whatever melees might be maligning them. There's a few there. Oh boy. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I don't know, 18, 19, something like that. What's going on? What is this? This is 16. So 15 is 3%. So it's greater than 3%. hornet just landed on my thumb and started grooming. Okay. All right. Put this one back together. You know what? I'm giving up on this. I'm getting very discouraged. And yeah, see, the epi tablets are they're thick, and it's difficult. It's difficult to make them work physically in there. Yeah, so I'm very discouraged, and something's come up. I need to go and do something else. So we're gonna leave it at that. Okay, so it's not zeros and ones like I really wanted after 3 rounds of formic. You know, the formic was a lot of work, going around all these hives and, you know, handling all the little pads and everything. It's messy. They're all over the place. Of course, that's my fault. I need to pick them up, but it's just a heck of a lot of work for one guy. And I'm grumpy. I'm very discouraged by what I'm seeing here. I'm gonna need to get out some oxalic acid here pretty fast, and I'm confident in that. Oxalic acid has always done well in, you know, October when we have very little brood. So I'm sure I can mop up these mites, but you know, damage is done, right? It's kind of too late. But anyway, I'll tabulate what I did get here. I've only done 3 washes, but I'll tabulate that and I'll let you know kind of how that compares to what was going on. So thanks for watching. Hopefully tomorrow's a little better day. Take care. Have fun.